But she also has to go through that first rookie year, and that sucks. Like, rookie years, you're the number one pick. People are going to go after you. Whether it's for the right or wrong reasons, but people are going to go after you.
Did you see what happened when Caitlin Clark stepped onto Satou Sabally's home court? The crowd was a sea of Indiana Fever jersey. You'd think Sabally would be mad, right? Wrong. Her reaction will shock you. Sabally's not just okay with it, she's celebrating it. She's calling Clark an amazing generational talent and shutting down the haters.
WNBA narrative right now is Caitlin Clark, and I think that's a good narrative, but it's also not the only narrative. But that's the narrative we're pushing in the media.
But why? What does Sabally see that others don't? Stay tuned to find out how this veteran player is changing the game off the court. You know what's crazy? Caitlin Clark isn't just changing the game. She's changing how people see the whole WNBA. It's like she flipped a switch, and suddenly everyone's paying attention.
Am I saying it's right that she's being pushed in the back? No, that's foul. That has no space in the sport, and we all know that.
Remember what happened when Clark stepped on Sabally's home court in Dallas? Picture this, a sea of Fever jerseys. In Dallas, that's not normal, right? Usually you'd see mostly home team colors, but Clark's got fans traveling just to watch her play. Now, you'd think Sabally would be annoyed, right? Her home court looking like enemy territory, but she wasn't. She actually said it was amazing.
Caitlin is an amazing generational talent, and she's going to do amazing things.
Why? That's the big question we need to talk about. Here's the thing. It's not just about Clark's skills on the court. Yeah, she's got game, but it's more than that. Clark represents something huge for the future of women's basketball. She's bringing in fans, selling out arenas, and getting people excited about the WNBA in a way we haven't seen before. Sabally sees something in Clark that goes beyond stats and highlight reels. She called her a generational talent. That's not just empty praise, that's huge coming from another star player. Sabally's not just throwing words around, she's recognizing that Clark is special, the kind of player who could change everything. But there's more to this story. Sabally's not just praising Clark, she's defending her. That's different from what we've seen from some other veterans in the league. Some players have been giving Clark a hard time, saying she hasn't earned her spot yet. But Sabally's not having it. She's standing up for Clark, even though they're rivals on the court. You know what this means? Sabally gets it. She recognizes that Clark's success isn't just good for Clark or the Fever. It's lifting the entire WNBA. More fans, more attention, more excitement. That's good for everyone in the league, even if it means seeing opponent jerseys in your home arena. This is just the start, though. Clark's changing the game in ways we're only beginning to see. Next, we're gonna look at how she's shaking things up on and off the court. You won't believe the impact she's having. Remember when I said Clark was changing the game? Well, I wasn't kidding. But here's the thing, it goes way beyond her stats. We're talking about a 22-year-old who's not just playing basketball, she's rewriting the entire WNBA playbook, and you won't believe how she's doing it. Let's talk about Clark's game against the Dallas Wings. She dropped 28 points and dished out 12 assists. That's not just good, that's rookie record-breaking stuff. But you know what's even crazier? This isn't a one-time thing. Clark's been smashing records left and right since she stepped on the court. But here's where it gets really wild. Clark isn't just changing things on the court, she's changing how people see the whole WNBA. You know how usually only home games sell out? Not anymore. Clark's got fans packing arenas even when she's the visitor. That's never happened before in the WNBA. It's like she's got her own traveling fan club or something. And it's not just the fans going crazy. Other players are noticing too. Sabally said Clark is her own economy. Think about that for a sec. A rookie so good, so popular, that she's basically creating her own market. That's insane. But you know what comes with all this attention? Pressure. Tons of it. Imagine being 22 and having the whole basketball world watching your every move, every shot, every pass, every decision. It's all under a microscope. Most people would crack under that kind of scrutiny. Not Clark, though. She's not just handling the pressure, she's thriving under it. And players like Sabally are taking notice. They're seeing a rookie with the poise and maturity of a veteran. Sabally even pointed out how well Clark's navigating all the attention. That's huge praise coming from another star player. So why does all this matter? Why is Sabally's support such a big deal? Well, that's what we're going to talk about next. Because trust me, it's bigger than you might think. This isn't just about one player supporting another. It's about the future of the whole WNBA. So you might think Sabally's just another player giving Clark a pat on the back. But hold up, because what she's doing is turning heads across the WNBA. It's not your typical good game nod. Sabally's taking a stand, and it's got everyone talking. Here's the deal. Some veteran players have been giving Clark a hard time. They're saying she hasn't earned her spot yet, that the hype's too much. But Sabally, she's not having any of that. She's not just saying Clark is good. She's out there defending her like they're teammates or something. In the cutthroat world of pro sports, that's a big deal. Check this out. Sabally straight up said, "Caitlyn is an amazing generational talent and she's going to do amazing things." That's not just a little compliment. That's Sabally putting her reputation on the line for a rookie. It's like she's daring anyone to disagree with her. But why's Sabally doing this? It's not like they're on the same team. They're rivals on the court. So what's her angle? Here's what I think. Sabally's seeing the bigger picture. She knows Clark's success isn't just good for Clark or the Fever. It's good for everyone in the WNBA. More fans, more attention, more money in the game. Sabally's smart enough to know that a rising tide lifts all boats. By backing Clark like this, Sabally's showing she's more than just a great player. She's a leader. She's thinking about the future of the whole league, not just her own stats or her own team. That's the kind of player who changes the game off the court too. But here's the thing. There might be more to Sabally's words than meets the eye. Her support for Clark could be hinting at something bigger. What if Sabally's got plans we don't know about yet? What if her praise for Clark is just the first move in a bigger game? That's what we're gonna talk about next, because trust me, this story's just getting started. What if I told you Sabally's praise for Clark is more than just good sportsmanship? It's a glimpse into the future of women's basketball. A future with packed arenas, big contracts, and maybe a new super team? Let's connect the dots. Sabally's not just talking about Clark here. She's talking about a whole new era for the WNBA, and that's huge. Listen to what she said. Clark is the reflection of what should happen in women's sport. That's not just about one player. That's about changing the entire game. But what does this new era actually look like? We're talking packed arenas, big contracts, and way more media attention. And guess what? Clark's already making it happen. The Fever's total attendance this year, over 500,000 fans. That's 150,000 more than the next team. Clark's not just changing the game on the court, she's changing it off the court too. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Sabally's a free agent next season, and she's been praising the Fever's young core, especially Clark. You thinking what I'm thinking? Is Sabally dropping hints about her future plan? Imagine Sabally playing alongside Clark. That wouldn't just be a team, it'd be a basketball revolution. We're talking about two of the most talented players in the league on the same court. The scoring, the assists, the rebounds. It'd be off the charts. And the fans? They'd go absolutely crazy. But it's not just about the potential for an amazing team. Sabally's comments are pointing to something bigger. She's talking about the potential for a new WNBA, one that's more popular, more exciting, and yeah, more lucrative too. Think about it. More fans mean more money. More money means bigger contract, better facility, more media coverage. It's like a snowball effect, and players like Clark and Sabally, they're the ones pushing that snowball down the hill. So what does all this mean for the future of the WNBA? We're standing on the edge of something big here. The league's changing, and it's changing fast. And it's players like Sabally and Clark who are leading the charge. They're not just playing the game, they're redefining it. All right, let's wrap this up. Sabally's not just giving Clark a high five here, she's spotting a real game changer and letting everyone know it. This is huge for the WNBA. We're talking more fans filling seats, more cash flowing in, and way more eyes on the game. And it's players like Sabally who are making it happen. But here's the real kicker. What's coming next for the WNBA? Are we going to see other players step up and support the new stars like Sabally's doing? Imagine a whole league of players lifting each other up. That could change everything. The WNBA's at a turning point. Clark's bringing in the crowds, Sabally's showing how to lead, and the fans are loving it. This could be the start of something massive for women's basketball. And you know what? We're here to see it all unfold.